Hello, I'm Scott, the Breathing Man. I will train you to locate, generate, and activate core key energy in physical activities. This video series is part of Driver Swing Mechanics, and it's the 4 components to creates the driver swing. You have to engage all 4 of these components to make any golf swing, or basically almost any sport with a club or item involved. And here's the drawing I'm going to use to illustrate this. And we're going to talk to you about the attitude generator up here. In this drawing, you'll see 2 generators. Down here, you have the core generator. That produces energy and strength, 2 separate things that have to be blended together for the purpose you desire. But there's lines. He made brilliant lines back and forth. So what the core is doing is affecting the attitude generator, and the attitude generator is affecting the core area, because the core area is your physical area. The head generator is basically the other half, is the abstract formation, because it's an attitude. And what is an attitude? It is a physical expression of an emotional state in doing something. Everyone does something and they're emitting an emotional state when they're doing it, like in the golf swing, or doing other sports, or doing a hobby even, or putting something together. It is an emotional state you're trying to create for yourself while doing this activity that you have learned. What is an attitude basically? Difference between this, a core generator, and attitude. Core generator is you're born with it. You develop it, you use it as a source of energy strength. Attitude generator is learned. It's a priority way of allocating time. So you can decide what emotions do you want to pick during the day to make you enjoy your life or to fulfill a purpose. And it's a valuation process based on your attitude valuation, basically. So attitudes are learned through when you first learned it, or like the golf swing, who introduced it to you, then through practice, how you feel doing it, and then playing. Now, there's 4 components in this drawing that I have identified. You have the core generator is one component. You have the attitude generator is the second. Over here, this is the physical strength side. This muscle, these lines here represent muscle tension, strength, firmness on this side, and this over here, softness at this point in the swing. The swing goes from hard to soft. The muscles, or I should say, all muscles go from firm to soft. The contrast between firm and soft determines the outcome of force that can be generated. So understanding that. So what your attitude through these muscles that you're having is an expression of your emotional state as well. And the 4th component is swing mechanics itself, the mechanics with this club. And if you start always with mechanics, is his footwork, what he's doing with his feet, his angle of his hips. He has his hips before he hit the ball like this. A lot of golfers don't have that angle until after they hit. His shoulders is way up here, and his spine is like this. That is your swing mechanics. And it's shaped, it's learned, and it's expressing what this is generating through your body. You just don't swing. You can't swing without having some emotion to push it. So understanding the emotional generator, attitude generator, is learned. All your attitudes are learned. Now, what builds an attitude up it's more complex than that, but understanding it is learned. It's done through practice or learning, through situations involved. And because of that, you're expressing yourself out that way based on that, your attitude about something. How do you change an attitude in golf is a good question. Say you're going to change your swing mechanics. Well, you got to generate an attitude for that sensation, that emotional expression. Oh, I like this movement better. Oh, that feels better. And it feeds back, because then you get to do that enough time. The attitude, like, replaces the old idea of expression with the new idea of expression. If you have a negative attitude, most of the time negative will tighten the shoulders up. So the muscle tensions prevents the swing mechanics, and it's harder to rotate the shoulders. Negativities, negative thoughts, ideas I can prove makes you physically weak, and I can prove it to you. and it tightens up the shoulders most of the time, weakens the core, and you can't rotate your shoulders and body through to generate force, and even weakens your hand. Like I said, I can prove it physically involved. So what attitude you have affects the core area's ability to generate energy and strength, and then affects all the muscles through here as emitting that attitude while you're swinging or whatever you're doing involved. And to change it has to always go like your swing mechanics, the muscles you're using within the swing mechanics, the level of core generation and strength you're generating here for that movement, because like a chip shot is not, you don't want a lot of muscle versus a driver shot. But then that feeds back to the attitude generation, so then it comes back and reshapes back here, and the individual learns, oh, I like this movement, and I want to emit this attitude within this movement. That's all it is. But humans are always judging and evaluating in relationship to their attitude. That's what we do per day. It's a way of prioritizing our time to achieve things. So the value of an attitude you develop, project, want to evolve is physical, emitting of self. It's not some idea up here. There's emotions behind it, and it has to be emitted through the body and the shape of the body, and what muscles you use to emit that feeling. It's a whole package. It's the whole body. So it's basically how you move your body, what muscles you use to move the body, and then the energy and strength you're using all feeds back up to this attitude. The attitude reaffirms, oh yeah, I like this. And so the next time you get up there, if you have the energy generated, checks out the core generation, sets up all the muscle tensions, and you execute the shot or play any game involved. So when you talk about attitude, you're emitting emotional state. Emotional attitude is emitting through your body, and you always emit something into your golf swing. That's why people get frustrated so much when it didn't work. You know, if there was no emotional attitude in a swing, why would you ever get frustrated? Or why would you ever have joy when everything comes together? So an attitude generator is learned, it's developed, and it's prioritizing time. If you have a high attitude to play golf, you'll find more time to play it. If you have a low attitude to play golf, an opportunity come along. If it's convenient, you'll do it, maybe with friends or something, someone else, or another priority. So attitude, in a way, determines what your day, you're going to prioritize your day, and learning golf, playing golf, is a development of an attitude with your body emitting in an emotional, physical state of energy. Positive, neutral, or negative. So there's more to this, how you develop, what creates it, what's the foundation for attitudes, but it's all related to the core area, believe it or not. If your stomach area is not feeling good, your attitude, I don't care what you try to do, isn't working too well. Like you have a stomach ache or it doesn't feel good. You feel weaker, you can't get the emotional state up to be projected through the muscles, therefore it affects the mechanics. Negative attitude tightens the wrong set of muscles up, prevents your rotation. So attitude is like the head steering everything in the physical activity, and you develop it. It's learned. That's the good news. You can learn new attitudes, but it has to be done physically as well, and then reinforced through practice. And if you want to say, if any group of people that does it really well is actors. Great actors change their whole shape, emits a certain energy, and project it on the screen. That's all learned. So, learning your golf swing, learning your attitude for your golf swing is part of learning golf. Understanding that, and I will have other classes. When we get into the core generator and the core breathing for energy and strength, when you start doing that physically, then you can alter your attitude for your golf swing. Because your sensation of energy and strength for emitting your emotional and physical force are combined together for your golf swing. And it's all rest up here to realize it, direct it, or if you want to say shape it, this is over here is to do it, and this is over here to feel it. That's the process. Understanding that, and if you want to change anything, you pick an area, maybe stronger core area, stronger muscles, but then you have to go up and affect the attitude on an emotional level so you can project that new ability within the movement itself. This is the attitude generator. in the head. So how does it work? Everyone develops it. Everyone prioritizes their time to play golf or emits the energy through their body within the golf swing, and you have to learn to do that.